Page 7, Swan Lake. This is from a ballet by Tchaikovsky. You need to understand all these markings, so let's just briefly go over them. You have the two staves, the two groups of 5 lines. Generally speaking, the right hand will cover the upper staff and the left hand the lower staff, but that's not a rule. Who knows what. But it's just convenient because the upper staff usually has the higher notes and the lower staff usually has the lower notes, and so it's just convenient that those are the hands that cover it. But there's no rule that says that. So we will find music where that doesn't apply. Then you have the clef signs. Okay, we're good there. And you have the time signatures. 4/4 time again. We're going to count to 4, and we're counting quarter notes. So that first note in there is a whole note. It gets the same as 4 quarter notes, or 4 counts. Now above the staff there's the word moderato. Moderato is your tempo or your speed. It says moderate, a moderate speed. Well, moderate is slower than fast, but faster than slow. It's sort of in the middle somewhere, and there's no set speed for moderate. It's a range. It could be whatever. It's what you think moderate is, a nice moderate speed. In between the staves, they have the MP-F. The on repeat doesn't need to be there. Don't let that throw you. That's not part of the music. It's just something the editors put in for now. You have the MP-F, and the MP means medium soft. The F means loud. When they have 2 of them like that, that tells you right there you're going to play it twice. Because the first time you play it, you use the first one, which is the MP. Medium soft, and then when you play it again you use the second one, the loud, the F. Well, if you look at the 3rd line you see first and second endings. Hopefully you know what those are, but in case you're confused I'll explain it because it's important. Start at the beginning, you play the first line, then the second line, and you go down to the 3rd line and you play the first ending. That would be, in this piece, is the first 2 measures. See, an ending can be any number of measures. Don't let the number of measures throw you. In this piece, it happens to be 2 measures. Then there is a repeat sign, which that sends you back to the beginning. Now we're going to play it again. So then you're going to play the first line, then the second line, then when you go down to the 3rd line, you'll skip the first ending because you've already done it. You only do it once. You skip that and go over to the second ending and you play those 2 measures, and that's the way endings work. And there can be more endings than this. It gets really a lot of fun sometimes trying to figure out where to go. So with that, let's talk about the hands. Right hand, you're starting there at the beginning. They went to E on 3. I said that backwards. It's 3 on E. I get my L here. Put your other fingers on the keys next to it, and that's where the hand goes. So the first note is 4 counts, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then you have a half rest. That little box, that's a half rest. It's like a half note, except you got to be quiet. So we're going to be quiet for 2 counts, and then we have 2 quarter notes. And then in the 3rd measure, you have a dotted half note. Well, do you know dotted notes? Hopefully you do, because you got one. The rule's pretty simple, and it works the same for all dotted notes. Doesn't matter what they are. The dot gets half the value of the note. In this case, a half note gets 2 counts. It's equivalent to 2 quarter notes, and we're counting quarter notes. It gets 2 counts. Well, if the note gets 2 counts, the dot gets half of that, so that's 1 count. And you put them together because you have the dot and the note. So it's 2 and 1, that's a total of 3 counts. So here, a dotted half note gets 3 counts. So it's here, 1, 2, 3. And then the C comes on count 4. You have more dotted half notes in here, but they all work the same way. And that's pretty much it until you get to the very end, the last measure on the second ending. You have 2 notes together. Bottom notes is C, and the next note is an E. And again, I put my hand in that position, I just drop the hand. And that's the right hand, hopefully. The left hand doesn't come in the second measure, and it is 3rd finger on the A. A is here, 3rd finger's there, and the other fingers go there. That's the hand position for the left hand. So when it comes in, it's the first measure, it's got a rest. It's not going to do anything. And as it does nothing, it's going to do it quietly. Quietly. Second measure, you have the 1, 2, and then 2 rests, because then the right hand's doing its thing. Then you have a whole lot of rests in the left hand, the A team. Second line, you have a bunch of quarter notes. You can do those, I hope. And then at the bottom, no big deal until the second ending. Then you have the A, whole note. It's tied. You see that curved line between the A's? That ties them together. That means you play the first one and you hold it down for the length of both. You tie them together. So the A, you play it, you're going to hold it down for 8 counts. Forever, like, right? Now the other thing I didn't point out earlier, but I will, it's here. Take a look on the second measure and you'll see a curved line kind of in between the staves. Curved line can be anywhere. The point is they're telling you to connect all those together. Don't make any space, no staccato or nothing. They're all connected, so it's here. All connected. Then on that dotted half note, in that last measure, the third line, the line ends, and then a new line starts with C. So what I'm going to do is put a little bit of silence in there. I'm going to lift the hand up and come right back down, and in doing that, I'll get a little silence. So I'm here, I'm going to lift up, and there's just a little silence. In other words, I'm not connecting the E and the C. No. When they have these curved lines like this, sometimes they're called phrases, sometimes they're called slurs, sometimes they're called ties. It's unfortunate they use the same symbol for all these different things because it can get tricky as to what it is. But for this piece, what we're going to do is treat them all like phrases. That means it's connected. It's like a sentence. And then the new one is like a new sentence. Or a little pause between sentences when you talk with us. We don't pause, but we have a little bit of silence. And that's how those work. And it's important that you put those in. It adds a lot to the music. So let's go ahead and try this out slowly so we can check the notes and the rhythms. 4/4 times, so I'll give us 4 counts and we'll come in. Go ahead and put your hands where they go. The right hand goes here, third finger, and the left hand goes here. This position, by the way, when the thumbs share middle C, it's called a middle C position. I'll throw that at you, it's just a little extra. I won't charge you extra for it, it's okay. So now give us 4 counts, let's try it. 1, 2, ready, go. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Rest. Repeat. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 4. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Off. There's a duet at the bottom of this, so I'm going to play that part down there, and you play what you just played. And again, the challenge is you got to pay attention to what you're doing and know where you're at, because my part is different than yours, but you got to listen to me to stay with me. And I'm going to speed this up a little bit because, yeah, it goes faster than this, what we just did anyway. Now when you do this duet, I would recommend, and the book suggests, that you move your part an octave higher up on the keyboard. So what you do is, instead of here, you just pretend middle C goes up an octave into here, and you just put your hands up here, and you play it up here. For the duet, it'll sound better because there's notes in this duet part, the bottom part, that are here. That would be where you're playing, so it'd be better if you went up an octave. I'll give us 4 counts, so put your hands where they go. 1, 2, ready, go. 1, 2, 3, 4. 2, 3, 4, off.